Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well on this wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. So let me know as soon as you get on. I want to have some fun with you guys. First of all, I want to tell you all what an amazing job you all have done hello there, La Muerta. Good to see you, Robin, as well. Good to see you both. Hey, Spiggle and Reptile. I love it. I have two reptiles myself. I'm a big fan. I am so glad that you all have been amazing with the relaunch of my channel. You've all been so supportive, so helpful. Your comments, everything have just been the very, very best. Good to see you, John, as well. I've only been to Michigan a couple of times. I've always enjoyed it. Just wanted to check. Y'all can hear me okay? I'm trying out some new things with my lovely microphone. Um, yes, Red, you would definitely, that is correct. I'm so glad to hear that, Red. I'm trying to keep my videos as high quality, unlike what you're seeing right now, which is kind of grainy. Thank you for telling me, La Muerta. And Emily, hello from Utah. Good to see you. So I wanted to do this live stream today for a couple of reasons. One, I just wanted to check in with y'all. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the videos. I have committed to launching my channel with 30 nonstop, uploading every single day videos. So that'll take us right through the beginning of June. You're going to get a new video every single day. Okay? Yee. After that, I still am going to be uploading very, very regularly, but of course, it's probably not going to be every single day. So, kind of one of the reasons that I wanted to get on now was to give you all a few other ways that you can get a hold of me if you want to. So, you'll forgive me since I can't. I'm glad you like the Gambit voice. I was thinking about doing it all time this time, but I wasn't going to do that for all of my live streams, but you know, some of my live streams I will do all of the gambit. Oh, I wanted to tell you all something. I have been in so many. I've been in a film. I've been in television shows. I've been in lots of TV commercials. I do tons of voice work, but I actually haven't been in a play um, since high school, which has been a while. And I'm actually going to be in the play. I'm going to be in the Merry Wives of Windsor. Obviously a local play, so y'all won't see it. But what I wanted to tell y'all is one of the reasons they picked me was they want me to play Dr. Caius. And Dr. Caius, he has a outrageous French accent. So all of my work with my Gambit voice actually helped me get that role. So thank you guys. Um, it's one film. Don't misunderstand me that I am some kind of major movie star. I was in one film and I have two scenes. I play the assistant to President Lincoln. I play a secretary, basically, to President Lincoln in a movie um, it's called Army of Frankensteins. And you can actually find it on certain social medias for free. You can find it on, I think, Amazon, a few other places. But it was a real movie. It came out, and I was in it. That was always fun. Anthony, you will absolutely be seeing another Edna Mode, and you'll be seeing one very soon. It's already recorded. It's already in the tank. And it's actually one of my favorite Edna modes. It came out funnier than I was expecting. So I hope you enjoy it. What I wanted to, hello, Adudu. Yes. JPP, no caps. I do not want any caps. No, she does not. What do you ask Edna for? She does not do capes. As someone pointed out, well, of course, you need to be in the Mortal Kombat movie I will tell you that as cheesy as it is, there is no time when I don't hear the Mortal Kombat music when I don't get excited. Like, I don't even really play the games. I played the original because I'm that old. But every time I hear that bum 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 Mortal Kombat, I get really excited. Edna Edna, she does not like the Crocs. They are what are you wearing? Sponges? Why are you wearing sponges? You only wear the sponges if you are fighting Electricity Man. If you are fighting Electricity Man, then you can absolutely wear the Crocs. But otherwise, you wear some boots, something practical. Come now, darling. Um, so what I wanted to let y'all know is that you can follow me on some social media. Edna does not dislike reptiles. She does not care about the reptiles. She says she works with reptile men and she gives them good things. You do not wear the sponges, Glamoretta. Come on, come. Of course, Gambit is very fun, and Robin, he is the coolest guy in the room. Even cooler than Wolverine, and that is saying something. So, just so you know, I have two um, Instagrams, and I'm already transitioning to my business one, which I hate that they made me make two of them. Blech. But I did have to because it lets me do things that I couldn't otherwise. But if you go to Instagram and you go to Riot Roleplay, that is probably the social media that I'm most active on right now as far as Roleplay Riot. Um, I can't spell anything right for save my life. Well, of course you need a new costume. They just palette swap you with Sub-Zero. This is not acceptable. You need your own costume. You need to shine. Reptile is your own beautiful reptile self. Let's see. Riot role play. So if you go to Instagram and type in Riot Role Play, all one word, Riot Role Play. Go ahead and add me on there because I upload a bunch of silly stuff. I will also take suggestions on there. If there's a short ASMR that y'all would like me to do on there, I will consider it. If you go back in my earliest feed and my other one, I actually did a few food ASMRs, and I may do some more of those. Those are they fit a little bit better on Instagram. But if you follow me on there, I'll probably follow you back. Just especially if you say, "Hey, I saw you on the live stream," I'll definitely follow you. I just want y'all to have a way that you can get in touch with me if you're bored. One of your wonderful fellow people on Twitter has actually, she and I have been chatting a bit on Twitter, and I want y'all to be able to get in touch with me on there as well. Just so you can keep up. Platinum Rose Lady, y'all have seen her before in the various comments and such. She has been very kind on there. So I'm going to put that on here now. Maybe this writing will give you a little bit of tingles as to. That one's pretty easy on Twitter. It's Role Play Riot. So that makes that pretty easy. Role Play Riot. As you can see, there's a reason why I don't do handwriting lessons. But if you're active on Twitter, feel free to add me on there. And I like to post silly stuff on my social medias. So that one's always fun. The one I've done the least on right now, but I absolutely do post on there, is actually Snapchat. And that's one I could actually have a lot of fun with, but I haven't really done quite as much on there. So let me make sure that I'm telling you the right thing for it. Doo-doo-doo. Doop-doo-doop-doop-doo. Oh, Snapchat, come out to play. I was thinking about doing Alfred tonight, but I wanted to save that for when I have a little more time. Um, I actually um, have to get off in a little less than an hour because I'll be recording Chafing Armor. For any of you who listen to my podcast is Chafing Armor. I'll put the name of that down in a second. So for Snapchat, it is also Role Play Riot. Yes, I have seen you on there, Callum. Very nice. But yes, Robin, that is actually my plan for my next live stream to do an Alfred, because he kind of serves sort of like a oracle type role, and so that would work very well with you being out on a mission. Please subscribe, and something that I forget to say a lot. There is Snapchat. If y'all are Snapchatting, is Role Play Riot. So keep it pretty simple. That was one of the reasons that I chose Role Play Riot when I rebranded, was that nobody else was using it. And it kind of trips off the tongue. It kind of bloop, 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 goes off the tongue. So I enjoyed that. You can also go to my Facebook page. I've got that as well, but I'm not really promoting anything particular on there. It's more just so that I have a Facebook presence as well. I'm more just posting when I've got a new video on there. I am a tremendous fan of My Hero Academia. I want you to know, Red, that I haven't regularly read a manga in years, and I am on volume 15 of My Hero Academia. You know, they stop paying you money, huh? Well, it's hard to get reception in the Nether Realm. I understand how it is, Reptile. But My Hero Academia, I am just enjoying the heck out of. I know it's boring, Red, but my favorite character is Deku, because I am such a big fan of the earnest character, and how he grows as a character, and how he's sort of like a Batman character in the beginning, where the only power he has is his mind and the fact that he studied superheroes so well. And then, of course, he gets these superpowers and he kind of combines the two. I really, really enjoy that. But there are other characters I like as well. Um, I'm blanking on all of their names at the moment because I'm terrible with names. But I really do. I actually do plan on doing a My Hero Academia role play at some point. I'm just trying to find the right in for it. The other one, normally I don't get too stressed about costumes just because. Oh, thank you, Red. That's how I see it. I normally don't stress too much about costumes just because I don't have the budget to make a costume for each of my role plays. That would be prohibitively expensive. But I'm looking for a tan trench coat, which they're out there. If you're willing to troll Goodwill long enough, you'll find a tan trench coat, because I really would like to do a Castiel roleplay, because I am Castiel and I am an angel of the Lord. I think that would be a really fun one to do. Hello, Platinum. I was just talking about you. My favorite ASM artist, it's hard to say. I do like Gibi. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing her name wrong. Now, please, La Muerta, no, please do not use profanity. That is not appropriate with a servant of heaven. I was just talking about you, Platinum, because I was telling everybody that they can find me on Twitter And I was saying how I was having some lovely interactions with Platinum on Twitter. She's an awesome gal. You should follow her on there as well. But if you're on Twitter, follow me on Roleplay Riot. And I'm kind of relearning Twitter. I used Twitter when it first came out, and then I kind of let it go for a while. And so I'm trying to get back in the swing. It's each one of the things that I learned from a gentleman named Gary Vaynerchuk is that thank you, Platinum. I really enjoy doing Castiel. The truth is that I didn't realize I could do a Castiel until the episode where they come into the real world and they meet the actor who plays Castiel, and he goes out of his voice into his regular voice. In fact, he's doing a heightened of his regular voice. And I was like, oh, I see where he went with that. And I realized I could do it. Well, I thank you for saying so. Gekur, I'm sorry, I say your name wrong. Gekur is I would do. Trust me, y'all. I want you to know something. I would have a complete costume for every single role play if I could, but it's just not feasible. And it's one of the reasons I got the green screen, which is another thing that I'm working on very carefully. Oh, do I sound like Rorschach? Rorschach would be he would be a little deeper. His voice is a little more deadpan. I'm the hero that this city deserves. I'm all that they need. It was crazy enough to be true. I actually read Watchmen just a few years after it came out when it was first collected into a novel, and I was just old enough to go, I should not be reading this, but I read it anyway. Well, I appreciate that, John. I absolutely, John, you'll be glad to know that there is another suit fitting already recorded, and so it will be coming out relatively soon. It's going to be a fun one. It's got a little bit of a twist to it, and I will be doing other suit fittings. Consistently, my number one video as far as hits and people watched has been my original suit fitting. And to be honest, I don't know why I haven't done more. It's actually my fault. That is true, Platinum. He is an absolute psychopath. He's just cuckoo for crazy bird. I recommend it, Reptile, but just know that it's very weird and it is a little dated. But it's good. It's very good. Just take it with a grain of salt. I do enjoy it. Just go to the library and get the Watchmen collection, which is the whole of it together. Oh, I love that name, Ollie. That is wonderful. I want to say that out loud. Ollie, 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 Oxenfree ASMR. Fortunately, at the moment, I am Castiel, Ollie, so that Rorschach's stab does not affect me as long as you're not using an angel blade. That's my little response to the roleplay. Yes, John, you may keep your $16. Thank you, Callum. I look forward to interacting with you on there. I try to skip back and forth between the various social medias, and the truth is, I'm just going to lean into whichever ones my listeners are. I'm not trying to get y'all to go to a particular social media. What I want you to know is if you are on a particular social media, let me know, and I'll try to focus more time on it. And I just want you to know that you'll be able to find me there because once I get a better hang of it, I'd like to create little tiny ASMRs for social media, like 15, 30-second videos, that type of thing. Yes, I do find this very rude that I have a knife launched into my left ventricle. There. Fortunately, because I am an angel of the Lord, it will not affect me. I'm sorry, Reptile. I would definitely reach out. You would be amazed how many librarians will help you, even if you are in the nether realms or living in the sewers. Librarians are kind of amazing. Oh, thank you, Robin. Yes, it is absolutely my plan. And don't shoot me if I just forget when I do my next live stream. But my plan was simply to do Alfred. I was actually going to do Alfred today, but I was worried about time because I am going to have to cut out after a while to get ready for chafing armor. I actually have my Boxo goodies right here. All of my wonderful dice. This is my terrible, terrible dice. Well, to be honest, Johnny Cage had it coming. Let's be honest. As far as Game of Thrones, I mean, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I I want to be clear on two things. One, I don't think that it's crazy that she did what she did. That Daenerys just laid waste to storm. Uh, my brain is blanking to the capital, but I am a huge movie and television buff. And as a huge movie and television buff, there is a language to the way you tell a story. And if you're going to have a turn like that, there's certain elements that you put in there that make that where you go, oh, like it's otherwise it feels more like a non sequitur. Now, she is capable of that. We know that she's capable of that because she's burned people alive. She's left people she's crucified people, things like that. But in that moment, they had not, in the language of television, justified it for me for her decision to, oh, I'm going to mess stuff up. What I actually think they should have done, what I think they should have done is they should have redone it slightly so that the execution of her friend, the translator who got beheaded, that should have happened 1 second before she goes nuts. Because then you, the viewer, would have gone, oh damn, and you would have realized like what she internally that she just snaps. And that would have been a justified moment from the language of the television. I don't think it was unjustified as the character. I feel like the writing was a little weak. I don't feel like the character was weak. I just feel like the writing was a little weak. As far as Robert Pattinson, I'm going to say the same thing I say about every single Batman. I'm going to wait and see. I don't care that he was a sparkly vampire. I don't. He's as much Cedric Diggory to me as he is. Was it Edmund? I forget his name. In Twilight. So I don't really care. I just want to see how he does as Batman. If he does great, great. As someone pointed out, Batman is a young, pretty boy. That's actually who he is. He on his outside, his physical appearance is that of a young, handsome white dude with good hair. That's what Batman looks like. And really, it's just whether or not he's got the acting chops. And so we'll wait and see. Well, it sounds like a cool concept, Reptile. I would read that. Yeah, exactly. Teasing is right, Ollie. It just I wanted to see more before it. I mean, all we really got before it was seeing that she hadn't eaten anything, and it's like, okay, sure. She's a little hungry. Because she was hangry. That just in the language of television, that's not enough. What I really liken it to, honestly, is Anakin. Anakin from episode 3 is you totally believe that he's going to the dark side. Like they do set that up. But the final moment when he turns, it's not justified. There's not enough meat on that switch for you to believe it. And that's what I liken it to. That's very true, Reptile. Yes, he's just as they said in one of the cartoons, I'm a rich boy with issues, serious issues. This is my Batman voice, by the way. I'm Batman. Alfred, why do you keep doing so many role plays? Yeah, the visuals are just nuts, Callum. They're just like every, my daughter's getting tired of me looking at my iPad and going, oh, dang, oh no, they just really gotten me with some of the visuals. Um, I agree with you, Platinum. I'm willing to just see what happens. I don't care. I don't care if he was in a role that was reviled because it wasn't a very well written book. By the way, just so you all know, um, I have read or at least listened to the audiobook of every single Twilight novel. I listened to every single one, and they were okay. They weren't. I didn't think they were the worst thing in the world, and they certainly weren't good. But the truth is my favorite kind of fiction is modern sci-fi fantasy. My favorite kind of well, actually, my favorite books are the Dresden Files, which is just monster of the week. Main character's a wizard set in a modern setting. That's my jam. Like I love that kind of story. And even though, again, they weren't great, they were just like it's like having a like a beat up pickup. It'll get you where you need to go. It was a perfectly fine story. But I did watch the first movie of Twilight, and then I couldn't watch anymore. It was, ugh, did not care for it so much. He like college humor, yeah. College humor is uh, bullets literally bounce off of you. Why would I help you at all? That is good. I do enjoy that. So I do want y'all to know if you are on any of the social medias, look for me. Just put in Roleplay Riot and see what comes up. That's going to be um, gotcha, gotcha. Well, and there's nothing wrong with that. I have watched so many bad movies. You guys, you do not know how much I love movies. I would watch a movie. I would go to the theater and watch a movie every day if I could. I would. That's how much I love movies. Um, I'll tell you my secret reptile. One is you always look for 2-for-1 sales at suit companies. And so that's the first one. The second one is when you buy a suit from a suit company, like something like that, you're going to pay a lot. But what you do is you look for when they're having a deep sale and you find the suit that is as close to fitting you as possible because you are then going to spend at least another $50 getting it fitted just for you. But here's my real secret. Y'all ready for this? Goodwill. Now, here's the thing. You have to troll Goodwill for months. You can't just stroll into a Goodwill, pick a suit off the rack, and it's going to be good for you because 99% of the suits at Goodwill are garbage. They are just beat up, they're destroyed, they're horrible. Ugh. But what a lot of times I do is on my lunch break, I'll just pop into the nearest Goodwill and I'll just take a stroll and I'll go boop, 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 just look. I just realized, by the way, that my Twitter my profile picture? Thank you. That was one I was kind of being silly, and I was like, "Oh, it looks kinda good. I'm gonna keep that." Thank you for saying. Um, sorry, lost my I'm trying to catch up with everybody. Oh, Harvey Dent. I think we can trust Harvey Dent. He's not two-faced or anything. Wah, wah. It's true, La Muerta, and I'm one of the biggest Mystery Science Theater 3000 fans there is, so I love good, bad movies. Um Hello, Unorthodox Summer. I'm glad you caught up. I'm doing very well. I'm very glad that the day is over. I'm getting ready to record Chafing Armor. If any of y'all listen to podcasts, um, you can put that in your podcast feed. We've been recording for over 2 years now, Chafing Armor. And we also have a YouTube channel because a lot of people I know listen. One of my regular listeners to Roleplay Riot, Duke, is also a Chafing Armor listener. Um, oh, I'm so glad you enjoy it, Unorthodox. Make sure and comment on the Chafing Armor page, and I do watch those. And what I will often do is I will randomly put people. So Duke is one of the first commenters, and I created a character called the Grand Duke Vigilfist. And that was based on Duke. So I'm glad you enjoy that. Robin, my Chafing Armor is a Dungeons and Dragons podcast. I record it with my daughter and with a real life preacher who plays a priest. I play it with a goat herder who is a master of puns and a extremely witty Australian fellow. And that's actually why I'll be getting off here in a little bit, is because I'm about to start recording Chafing Armor with my friends. So if any of you do listen to podcasts, you can put that in your thing to find Chafing Armor. It'll pop right up. Also, just like that, you can search for it on YouTube, since I know y'all listen to YouTube, and it'll show up on there as well if you prefer to listen to podcasts on YouTube. Um, you say that, Anthony. I have a friend. This is actually, some of you have heard my origin story, is that I have um, thank you, Platinum. I have a friend. Her name's Judy, wonderful lady. And we were chatting on the phone. And afterwards, she texted me about something, and she said, "Did you know that you triggered me for my ASMR?" And I said, "What?" I had heard the word ASMR. I vaguely had a vague notion of it, but I had never heard of it. And she said, "You should really do an ASMR channel." And if you go back to my very first videos, they're very experimental because I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just kind of trying stuff. And I really realized what I especially like to do is role plays. And so that's why I mostly do role plays now. But it was all from her. And but I'm sorry, I got off topic. Judy is convinced that I look like the actor who plays the governor. So do I look like him? Do I look like the governor? Well, all the shamblers, anyone comes back after they are killed. So there you go. Um, Callum, you just be this guy in the background going, hey, you should stab him now. You should stab him now. It is a very silly podcast, Robin. I definitely lean into the silly. That is high praise, Reptile, because Bruce Campbell is one of my favorite actors. My friends and I practically worshipped Bruce Campbell when I was growing up. We loved Bruce Campbell. My best friend Justin, for his birthday one year, when we were probably like, I don't know, 18, I bought him just a really nice framed poster of Army of Darkness, which I believe he still has. So I'm a big fan of that. So that's a big compliment, because Bruce Campbell is a big hero of mine. I really like him. Um, Groovy. Good. Bad. I'm the one with a gun. So I do always want y'all to know that if you have suggestions, I will always take those into account when people, comment on my board and say, you should do this, or I would love to see this again. I just want you to know I'm listening to all of those. I never ever promise that I'll do one, but I always will consider if you have a suggestion for me. Also, like I said in my last live stream, I'm going to be doing some pure ASMR, and it's for a couple of reasons. Oh, well, thank you, Reptile. It's very kind of you to say. Y'all are again, nicest group on YouTube. You guys beat everyone else on YouTube. You are just so kind and nice and sweet. I can always tell when I get an unkind comment. Even people who have something negative to say it nicely. So like some people have commented recently that my boom for my intro is too loud, which by the way it is. Even though I said it in a very nice way. And by the way, in future videos, I brought that volume way down. I've saved it as a template now, so that intro is not going to be nearly as loud as it was before, because I didn't realize how loud it was. Exactly, the Platinum. Bless your heart. But what was I going to say? Yes, it's very hard to blush when you are exothermic, when you're getting that from somewhere else. Um, but I really do. What I wanted to let you know is I'm going to be doing just a few. What I'm thinking about is maybe once I finish my 30 days, is one video a week, and I'm not sticking to this. This will be experimental. Is doing a pure ASMR video. And there's a simple reason for it. One is some people really want longer videos, and I would love to give you longer videos. It's not like, oh, I'm only going to make them 10 minutes and that's it. Meh, 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 meh. It's that the kind of role plays that I do, they don't really they don't have the oomph to be a 30-minute video. Like if Gambit is telling you about the first time that he met Roro Monroe, it's going to be a little awkward if you go on for 35 minutes about it. It doesn't, there. I could do a Gambit voice for 35 minutes. I could do a French voice or a Cajun voice for 35 minutes as a ASMR, but that doesn't really. It's not really a role play. You see what I mean? Those are two different things. Yes, Reptile. I am married. I don't have my ring on now, but that's because I took all my stuff off earlier and then I threw back on this shirt to record. I didn't even put on my bow tie. It's just here. Woo. I thank you, Platinum. I appreciate you saying so. Thank you. Exactly. The filler is exactly what the way I wanted to put it. You put it better than me. Is I don't want to give y'all crap. I want to give you, if I give you a role play, I want it to be a good role play. I want it to be as close as I could to a television show, which obviously I'm short a few $100,000 to do that with a professional camera, with professional lighting, with professional sound, and an entire team. So I'm short all of those things, but I want to get it as close to that as I can within my budget. The Hellhounds are doing very well. One of them I noticed was sleeping on my bed, my very, very old. When you hear the barking, it's almost never him. When he barks, it's like a trumpet. It's like, whoops. That was reminding me not to forget to get off here in a little while, but I still have time. I'm not jumping off. By the way, Platinum, this is a true story. When I met my wife back in the 1990s, it was all, chat, all text. I met her online, and my username was Clive, which I'd chosen from Clive Barker, the British author. And the reason she talked to me is because she thought I might be British. And she's like, ooh, British voice is kind of sexy. So that's why she originally talked to me. So I think she would agree with you on that. Well, it is difficult, Reptile, when you do have a tendency to consume your prey and such. That does make it a little awkward. I am glad that you liked my Emperor roleplay. I absolutely love that character. He's such a pure villain. He's such a wonderful, pure villain. It's wonderful. I'm sorry, La Muerta. I didn't mean to startle everyone with that. I've actually forgotten that I had made that, or I would have turned it off. That's wonderful, Robin. I am jealous of people who I hate it when people are like, speak English. I'm like, wait a second. How many languages do you speak? Wait, one? You speak one language, and that person speaks 4 languages with a little accent. Which one of these is better? Oh, the one person who can speak 4 languages. Thank you very much. I wish I could speak French or Spanish or anything. I don't speak. I know a little Spanish. I know how to donde está el baño, and I know how to como se dice, how do you say, and yo quiero 2 cervezas por favor. That's about the Spanish that I know. Oh, that's awesome, Callum. That's very kind of similar. It was actually a moo. If anybody knows what a moo is, then you're as old as I am. That's very similar to how we met. Yes, Anthony. Sometimes I do feel like bad English is my second language. Platinum. I actually don't know how to speak Klingon, but I know how to fake it. I can fake it very, very well. So maybe someone here will meet and get married from one of my live streams. That would be awesome. Well, thank you so much for saying so, Chris. I really do. I want good content in my videos. If I make a video, I want it to have a point. You see what I'm saying? I want it to have a point. It's okay if I do a pure ASMR video. Those aren't going to have a point. Like if I do one, where I'm just talking to you as Gambit for 35 minutes, just chatting and that kind of thing. If I do a video like that, that's fine. That there's nothing wrong with that, but that's not a role play. That's just pure ASMR. Um, like Baraka, BA Baraka. Um, uh, Robin, I did not mean to make you blush. It's just, when I look into the eyes of such a beautiful woman, it is hard to keep eye contact. She is in danger of making me smile, and once I smile, I'm so in danger of falling in love. So, that's the kind of thing that I would be totally willing to do for a longer video. But if I do a longer video, it's just going to be pure ASMR. It's not going to be really sci-fi. I mean, I'm reading your screen. It's not really going to be um, a role play. Um, That is impressive, Platinum. Through a sci-fi magazine, that is amazing. My wife, she's a huge nerd. Don't misunderstand me, but she's a different kind of nerd than me. Whereas I'm more of a Marvel nerd and a movie nerd. She's actually a Star Trek nerd. She actually had a the cardboard cutout stand of Captain Kirk in her room when she was a kid. So my wife is absolutely a nerd. Um, Thank you for saying so, Ollie. It didn't hurt that our relationship was originally um, voice only because we didn't live in the same town, so we chatted. So having a radio voice, though I almost lost her immediately because she said, "Oh, you have a really nice voice," and I said, "Yeah, everybody tells me that," and she thought, "You you egotistical prick," and she almost hung up on me, and she didn't realize that I was trying to deflect the compliment. I wasn't trying to be like, "I'm so cool, look at me." I was trying to be like, "Oh, yeah, thank you, everyone says that. It's not a big deal." I didn't mean it that way. Um I am sorry, Platinum. I did not mean to give you any hot flashes. It's just when I look at a beautiful woman such as yourself, I sometimes get hot flashes myself. Um Yes, so when I get just so you know, I am going to be I have reactivated it, but I haven't been promoting it. I'm gonna wait until the end of my 30 days before I start actively promoting that I do have a Patreon where y'all can support me. Um, I'll find that here and put it in, but don't stress yourself out. I'm not trolling for dollars right now, but you know, if you want to, you're certainly welcome to because the money that I make from that, I'm gonna put back into being able to do cooler stuff with this because unfortunately, there are some things that I simply can't do because of money. There's things that I'd love to do, and one of them would be to have some awesome microphones. I did actually order the little fuzzy. I ordered the little fuzzy to go on this microphone for my so when I do the long ones. Yes, it is true, Platinum. Nerds are everywhere. Nerds rule the planet. If anyone forgot. Why, thank you, Robin. That's so kind of you to say. Thank you. Um, yeah, so it's good to meet men in NetherRealm, and there's some sweet people there. Absolutely. Um, that's awesome, La Muerta. I'm glad that the thing to remember is with a lot of these role plays, this is about companionship, and it's about one thing. When my wife was asking me about, because she doesn't really get this ASMR thing, she's cool with me doing it, but she's kind of like, okay, is she said, "Well, you do have very intense eyes. I don't know if y'all think that I have very intense eyes or not, but I think that might be one of the reasons that my channel goes over okay, is that I'm very comfortable with making direct eye contact with my viewers and not breaking eye contact for anything." Well, it's good to be a nerd of a little bit of everything, and I constantly am learning new nerd things, Robin, because there's just too many. Um, trolling for dollars, that would be good. I'm probably gonna steal that from you, Platinum. Dolling for trolls. That would be, well, yeah, either one. Um, well, this microphone was about $80 or $90. This is a Razer. As you will see from my older videos, I had a Yeti, and that thing was a workhorse. It survived so many plane trips, just getting banged around. And what finally did it in was the microphone still worked, but this part that plugs in, it finally just broke. Like I couldn't plug it in anymore. It just the housing just literally came loose. It was done for. So thank you for saying so, Reptile. Hey, I think lots of men are hot. I am not I'm not gay, but let's face it. When I see a hot dude, I'm like, you're a good looking dude, Mister. So I have no problem with saying that. Um, that's true, Chris. That would be a little bit on the cheap. Um, why? Thank you, Platinum. I want to tell you all a true story. I'm not wearing my glasses right now, as you noticed. Yes, exactly. I'm not gay, but give me a few drinks and we'll talk. Um, I actually many years ago I tried to wear contacts and I got fitted for the contacts. The next day, I was ordering food at a restaurant, and it was the kind where you order up front, medium casual restaurant. And this pretty young girl, 20s, real pretty, was looking at me, but she was staring at me. She was staring at me like this. And I don't mean like she was checking me out. I'm not saying that. She wasn't going like, yeah. She was staring at me. And I remember thinking like, is my bow tie askew? Am I, do I have mustard on my shirt or something? And when she was done taking my order, she said, by the way, what color are your eyes? And I was like, hazel? She said, wow, you have really pretty eyes. Now, I want you to know something. I can't wear contacts. I found out within a week my eyes will not tolerate them. But I tried for 1 month to make it work. I tried 3 different kinds of contacts. I poured in the eye drops. I used to work in eye care, so I really know about the eye business. And I couldn't wear them. But I tried for a month because of that one comment that lady made. So just so you know, I'm extremely vain. Well, Sean Bean is a beautiful, beautiful man. Absolutely. Jello to you too, Wolf. Good to see you. It did platinum. I'd never heard. No one had ever told me anything like that. Well, it just depends, Reptile. It can be hard. I actually counted the other day because so I currently have 10 suits. However, that's a little fuzzy math on that because I have 10 suits, but I also have one extra suit for my magic. When I do a magic show, I wear one suit, and that's for a reason. One, it's got a few gimmicks in it to help me do magic. The other is because I get really sweaty when I do my magic show, and I don't want to get my nice suits all sweaty and gross. So what I did was I just took one of my suits that was just a little older, but was still in good shape, and that's like, you are now my magic suit. So that became my magic suit. So I have 11 suits if you count my magic suit. But I had 10 suits, but I've actually just retired my blue suit. I realized the other day that the pants in my blue suit had actually worn out and they're no longer usable. So the reason I want to tell you that is I'm going to do a role play in the near future that I'd wanted to do for a while, but I was waiting until I had a suit that I could mess up, that I could damage, that I could really mess up for the costume. And now I have it. Now that blue suit, I'm going to be able to use it for that. And so I'm really excited. So that is going to be fun. So currently I have 9 suits. Most of them are black. If you have 2 suits, I recommend a black and a blue, just like I said on my suit fitting. Black and a blue, you can't go wrong with. I don't recommend a pure black suit because you look like an undertaker. I did have one black suit, and I actually, pure black suit, and I didn't like it. I actually got rid of it. I didn't like the way it looked. Oh, well, thank you, Blue. I'm glad you enjoyed. That's one of my favorite ones. It was so silly to do. That was my transatlantic accent voice. Hello, and would you like to summon a Cthulhu? That's fun. Thank you for saying so, by the way, Blue. Do we get a hint? Platinum. Have you seen any of my supervillain videos where I have my own character of supervillain. Supervillain takes on a sidekick, supervillain kidnaps damsel in distress. That's going to be the relaunch of that character. I'm going to bring that character back, and it's going to be using that suit. But I wanted to have a suit that I could mess up for it. Oh, that's very nice of you. Tell your girlfriend hi. Hello, Wolf's girlfriend. You are awesome, and thank you for watching. So there you go. I enjoy the supervillain ones are my favorite ones to do because it's my character. He's my own little weird creation. I still haven't given him a name, which I probably will on the next one just to solidify. And I really there's a lot of YouTube like hygiene that I haven't done. Like I really need to create playlists and stuff like that I haven't done yet because I haven't had time. But I want to like make a channel just for that character. I actually have 2 brown suits. I have one brown suit that has thin blue lines in it. It is a vintage suit, so it's older. But I don't wear it as often. What I do with my vintage suits is I don't wear them as often. And I have another suit that I bought for one reason only, and that is it's the same suit that Indiana Jones wears in Raiders of the Lost Ark when he's a professor. It's that suit. And when I saw it was for sale, I bought it. I 100% bought it, and that's the only reason I bought it is because it's the same suit that Indiana Jones wears. And you've seen me wearing the vest for it a few times. It's a brown suit. The bad guys are so fun to play. It's just so fun. Yeah, I really do need to do playlists. It's entirely on me. I just haven't done it yet. Exactly, Chris. There's a reason I haven't done it. It's like cleaning your fridge. There's a reason I haven't done it. It's because it's hard. But I know that it would make people, if you find a video and you're like, oh, I really like that. I would like more like that. Where do I find it? And go, oh, he's stacked them all up here for me. Nice and convenient. That's very nice. Oh, well, that's so kind of her to say, Wolf. Someone told me the other day that they were in the hospital and that my videos helped them. And I got to tell you, that really made my day. So tell your girlfriend if she's watching right now, I'm so glad that my videos have helped you. If you've been going through a tough time, I'm really sorry to hear that. And I just want you to know that if these help you even a little bit, it makes it all worth it. That is very impressive, Robin. I would like to do a Russian role play, but my Russian is a little. It's not quite as good as some of my other accents. But I would like to do perhaps a Pyotr Rasputin from the Colossus from the X-Men. That would be a fun one. Exactly, Callum. I mean, how can you not? But no, Russian is really cool, Robin. I would love to do a role play with that as well. And so maybe you can do the transcript for it. Hello, Wesley. Good to see you, Wesley. You've got some really good alliteration in your name, like the Flash. Very nice. So everyone, I have to get off in just a second because I'm about to start recording my Chafing Armor podcast. So again, if you like podcasts, you can put this into your podcast or catcher of choice and you'll find Chafing Armor, or you can look it up on YouTube. I've got a YouTube channel. If you are on Twitter, add me on Roleplay Riot on Twitter, Roleplay Riot. If you are on Snapchat, again, Roleplay Riot. Pretty simple. Again, that's one of the reasons I chose it is because it wasn't taken. And unfortunately, on Instagram, I had to do it slightly differently. On Instagram, it's Riot Roleplay. Riot Roleplay on Instagram. And Callum has already added on me on there. And and you can find me on Facebook as well. I'm just not doing as much on Facebook. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it's over, Reptile, but I do have to get going. I've got about a little more than 10 minutes before my friends are going to be getting on and I need to start recording. Thank you so much, Callum. And thank you, Wolf. Tell your girlfriend hello. And hope you all enjoy. And remember, through the beginning of June, one final thing I want you all to know. This is important. If you want to see my videos when they come on, obviously subscribe to my channel. A lot of you already have, and thank you so much. I'm just shy of 3,000 subscribers right now. I'd really like to pump past that. What I'd love to see is about 5,000 subscribers by the end of June. I want to see if I can just push through to that. We're going to make a try. But when you go to subscribe, there is a little bell. If you click that bell, it will alert you when my new video is up. So when the new video is up, if you click that bell, ding, 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 it will actually alert you and say, hey, there is a new video from Roleplay Riot. So just so you know, that'll make your life easier and make it easier to see. Notification squad. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Take care, Reptile. That is awesome, Robin. I hope you enjoy it. There should be a new one coming out Monday. I think it comes out every 2 weeks. My podcast every 2 weeks. Tip of the hat to you as well, Reptile. I'm so glad to hear it, Wolf. I'm sorry that I had to take that 8-month hiatus, but there was no choice. Awesome, Callum. That is awesome. So, everyone, be like Callum. Be more like Callum. That's always good advice. Is put on that notification. And have a good evening. Thank you, Robin, for saying so, and thank you, everyone, for listening. So you all have a good evening, and we will role play soon.